Melissa Quinn Fox, hello and welcome again to Living on Music. It's we just saw each other last weekend at the Whammies. It's so good to see you again.
So great to see you too, Steve. Thanks.
Well, look, talk about a role. I went to the Whammies because I got nominated, and also you guys and a bunch of artists got nominated. But I'm telling you, the golden moment, and here it is. This was over at the Capitol Turnaround, which is a wonderful venue for this kind of thing. It was really a fun place to have it. But it was my highlight of the night was you winning.
Americana song is Melissa.
Yeah.
Self-doubt.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, the musicianship. This is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with all these incredible musicians in the DMV area, and it's so diverse, and it's great to represent country and Americana music. So yeah, my band and all my musicians I play with for the past my whole life, and my husband and everybody else. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
And I was so excited to see it. Look, it's the third Whammies. It's the second Whammies you've won. Now it's 4 in 2 years. What does it mean for you to win a Wammie in general?
It's a huge honor, just to be recognized in the industry in this city. The city is so full of amazing musicians, producers, writers, venues. It's a really big honor. So yeah. I've always wanted to, since I was little, all I wanted to do was like write good songs that people wanted to hear and people could connect with and be able to perform them. So I'm living the dream, and it's just a dream come true to win 3 this year after winning 1 last year. So I'm just really blown away.
I know it was interesting. And what the Whammies do, they put up the awards beforehand, and I think I was looking over at you, and I'm looking and I'm going, wait a minute, that says you won 2 awards at the top. Yeah. That is a wild way to do it. And they've slimmed down the amount of nominees that are in there. But anyway, it was so wonderful to see you win those awards after us talking. And what we did talk about, a few months back on a full Living on Music journey together, was releasing music in 2021. Now, you'd always been into music, you'd always been playing and things like that. But, talk about the last 2 years for you just must feel like a surging, like rocket ship. I just love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like I got a fire in my soul that was like, I can do this. I don't have to wait anymore. I don't have to be like, one day I will. I just was like, it was the right place, right time. I met Todd Wright, and it just kind of took off from there. So, I mean, between Todd and my producer down in Franklin, Tennessee, off the row, I've had some fantastic experiences in recording studio and with collaborating with other writers, and finally releasing a bunch of songs that I wrote years ago, but then also creating new songs with Todd. So it's been fantastic.
Dear Self-Doubt, which was the winning song, one of my favorite songs I've heard in the last 10 years. I just love singing it all the time and playing. My daughter lives in Florida. Is in love with your music as well. So you've got you're getting some fanship in the on the edge of the Gulf there. But yeah, what I loved about that is being able to kind of see the development that you've shown, and again, years of music, but putting this music out. Dear Self-Doubt was with Todd.
It was, yeah. I came with him with this idea that, everybody struggles with that little voice inside your head that, tells you you can't do something, or, just makes you hesitate. And I wrote that title on a whitey board, and I was just looking at it, and then I took it to Todd, and we wrote the song together last year.
Yeah.
So.
Don't quit, and I won't stop, 'cause I want this, and I ain't gonna let your hate hold me down. Dear self down.
Yeah, that was wonderful. When I saw that win, I was like, yep, that makes sense. And it's again, it's the things that you've been doing also, which is some wonderful stuff at two of my old stomping grounds, where I used to work, Fox 5 WTTG, doing Good Day DC, and then also the Great Day Washington thing and WUSA 9. That has to feel fun too, to get yourself out there with that kind of coverage.
Yeah, I mean, the first one at Fox 5 in January, that was a little scary. The first time in a TV studio, but I did it. It was a blast. It was a surge of excitement. And then being able to do that again last week, right before the Whammies, was an awesome experience again. So I think I'm getting a little better every time. There was a little bit of a technical issues with the sound this past Friday, but we smoothed that out, and it was a great time. Everyone's so nice. So definitely love the TV aspect of performing.
Yeah, that's a wonderful part of kind of the surge forward. You're also, you're a Purcellville person. I don't know if you know, but I just did a full show with Ryan Wright.
Yeah.
Todd's daughter, which I had them both on the show about 2 years ago, but I just did the full show with her, and boy, and another Purcellville-ish person. Yeah. It's great. Purcellville's wonderful. 868 Vineyards. We'll be back there with Cancer Can Rock in May. But it must feel wonderful. You were on the cover of the Purcellville Living in July.
Well, actually, it's coming up in July.
So so it's coming up.
Yeah. Oh. So it hasn't. I'm gonna get my pictures and everything. I think in May. So the cover will be in July. So I'm hoping to have the dogs on there and Steve too. So. Yeah. I was waiting to fill out their questionnaire until I saw if I won Whammies or not, so I could
right.
some more interesting stuff to put in the article. But that's a big. Anytime I get any kind of like the Loudon Now, Get Out Loudon, it's such a thrill. I save all the clippings and put them on my wall, so it just feels great, and it's so nice to be a part of this community that supports musicians. That wants to celebrate us and. And help these venues, get people in there. And it's a great feeling. Oh yeah, I bet, especially where you're living, and then to be involved with something like that. And of course, yes, if you get involved, the pooches and your other half. Yeah. You've got some really neat stuff coming up. You recorded your first music video right in Nashville in March for Slow Down, and I love it's another great song. What did you do to record that? Where was the setting? I went to my producer down there's house. She has a beautiful house in Franklin, and we set up little scenes within her house. And Steve was actually in the music video. He's the co-star, so it kind of tells a story of our love story of where we met, and then he left town right away after we met and went to Rhode Island to Newport, Rhode Island to go to the Naval War College, and we dated for a month, and then he left, and I was like, oh, this is not going to go anywhere. Right. What's the odds? And then we ended up getting married 11 months later. So it was kind of like little stories of us while we were dating, and then she chose Steve leaving, and then I'm in a field and I'm doing the singing part, and then at the end of not to spoil it for everybody, but and then at the end of the video he comes back. So it's a romantic, it's a nice tribute to our story and to him. And it's funny because none of my songs are really about him so far, because I wrote a lot of them before I met him, but then I write a lot of stuff about struggle and whatnot. So the song about him is in the works, like a happy love song, but this video is really about him and our story. So I'm excited. It should be out hopefully by the end of this month. Oh, that's fabulous. Down in Nashville, which again, just had Patty Reese on talking about her recent time down in Nashville, recording her record. And Nashville, for all you guys, anybody who goes down, Scott Kurt, we could go on, of the local DC community. And they have their own incredible musical community, as you are in up here. And you guys are also a part of the Nashville community. Sela Campbell, who premieres tonight, the 16-year-old phenom from Loudoun County, went down to Nashville to visit and ended up doing an open mic
at the Cafe Coco. Can you imagine at 16 years old?
That's fantastic to start that young. I mean, I wish I had a guitar at 16. That's really great. I can't wait to see her episode.
She's something else. I think you'll love it because the music is fairly similar in that country Americana feel. You also have some ideas milling around in your amazing head of music and video right now. It's for Crime in Tucson. Now that's there. You used to perform at Old Tucson Studios. What is the idea behind this?
So the next single, though, I'm not sure if it'll be the next one since I want to go out there to shoot the video. So I might release Searching first. But Crime, I wrote that one with Todd. It's just a song about, you're in love with somebody and they're just treating you like, you're a criminal. Just the way that it's just like it's a really cool song. So I worked at Old Tucson Studios for about 6 months after college, and I did Western shows, I did can shows, I did stunt shows, all these fun things. So it was a dream of mine to go back there and film, because they filmed the John Wayne movies there years ago.
Wow, yes.
So, and they were closed for a while during COVID, and they just reopened recently. So I reached out to them and they said they'd love to have me back as an alumni. So I don't know, I'm going to involve like horses, maybe Western outfits, maybe we'll get Steve in that video too, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hoping maybe in the next 2-3 months, I'll get out there to shoot the video. So I just think that'd be fun. Arizona is gorgeous. It's like, I'm thing here. So,
sure.
That's an idea. I'm hoping it happens. And Searching, I just finished that one with Todd. It's being mastered now.
Right.
And that's kind of about like my journey as an artist. I'm always looking towards the next gig or internally to the next song.
Sure.
So that video might be like a bunch of clips from multiple shows. So we'll see. But once you start doing music videos, it's hard to like not think about the next one. It's a lot of money. Everything's it's expensive to do what we do, like record songs.
Sure.
So you gotta like space it out, but I'm really excited to finally release some music videos out there.
I love that. That's fabulous. And the next 3 singles you have are to be released. They're coming in the next 6 months or so. It's Crime, it's Searching, and then it's Middle of Nowhere. Now, all of these were co-written. They were recorded and produced with Todd and Half King Music in Loudoun County. And you involved these other people. Who were some of the other people that played on this stuff?
Oh, actually, with like the last EP, the 5 songs that won the Wammie, like Mike Meadows, who's like a fantastically talented from Northern Virginia. He's Taylor Swift's like touring guitar player. So he's out on tour with Taylor Swift. He played on Give It a Try, which is on my album. And then I think 2 other ones on. So I think he'll be involved in this next one, Middle of Nowhere.
Is he touring with her right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, for those 4-hour, 44 song shows she's doing. It's more than Bruce. I was like, wow, she's topping him.
I would love to see her play. Yeah,
me too. Me too.
But I'm really lucky to have been connected with some amazing musicians through Todd, and I've used some of my own band members too in my songs. So Jonathan Matloff's my drummer. He's been in a couple of my songs, and Merle Johnson, he's a great local bluegrass player. He was in one of my songs. So I'd like to get them involved if possible too. So.
Oh yeah, that's another spectacular part of what's going on for you. And of course, as all
Jimmy Cherry was in a song too. I gotta mention.
Oh, that's fabulous. But as for you and just about every musician on the planet, including me and my little midlife cover world of stuff, live music is what really is something that just kind of supersedes everything practically for you. You are just surging ahead in there, as well as Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Tennessee, Florida. What is the ensemble setup for this? Is it both you doing solo and band?
Yeah, pretty much. I have a lot of full band stuff, but it's nice to be able to do a solo or duo, also, or trio. Tonight I'm playing trio. So I have all the PA system to play any formation I want, but it's great to go to these venues that already have the PA for you. So super excited about this spring and summer, the rest of the year's tour. So we're still booking later in the year, but we have some exciting stuff coming up. We're going to Tampa in May, and we're going to be one of the openers for Brad Paisley.
That's what I was going to bring up. I mean, come on. That is one of those things where, you can headline just about everywhere else you're playing. And to be able to, when you're doing openings for people, Brad Paisley? I mean, that's
Yeah.
the crowd is going to be big. The place, where is it? Where is that going to be?
It's at an arena. It's actually an event through like the Special Operators Foundation. Like, so it's not open to the public. It's a private event, but there's gonna be a musical showcase of some bands beforehand. So I think we're the last band on right before Brad. So hopefully I get to meet him. He's so
Yeah.
nice. He seems like a really nice guy, and of course, incredibly talented. So
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be an issue. You'll meet Brad, I'm sure. And an arena,
yeah.
Melissa
Down
Quinn
in
Fox
Tampa.
at an arena now. Okay.
I
So,
agree.
you know, I mean, this is like, again, I'm looking at, you know, the Apollo rockets I used to watch, that you're exploding into space. I couldn't be happier for you. It was wonderful also to meet you and Steve in person.
Yeah.
My show began, you know, in the pandemic. And so many people I haven't been able to meet, and to kind of just touch base in person, hug, give a high five. It really felt wonderful to see you at that award, and then to walk down the aisle to get that one and then have the other two. I just love that. What is it's even hard. I wouldn't even bring up what is your goal or mission, because I know that, but what would you like to see happen to Melissa Quinn Fox in the next year or 2 years? Where would you just want to keep ascending, I would think, and keep things moving forward and up?
Yeah, just keep writing music, maybe collaborate with some new artists. I mean, I love the Whammies because it's so diverse with different, you know, go-go and like bluegrass.
50th anniversary of hip hop. But that was just like,
I know. I mean, I would love to collaborate with another local artist that's completely different than my genre. So we'll see who I can reach out to about that. I'd love to be involved with inspiring, you know, up and coming younger musicians in the community. So I'm looking for ways to do that. Just really try to give a chance to give back. So yeah, there's a lot in my mind going on.
that was what I was going to kind of wrap with, because, you know, talking to people like Sela, who had Juliana McDowell as her mentor, and you had other people like Todd Brooks and his band, and all these Delta Spur, which is wild because both Delta Spur and Todd Brooks are closing the Cancer Can Rock event that I'm emceeing, and I'm like, where's Sela? But she has a gig. She's got 90 gigs this year. Because just going and doing everything and everywhere, and it's wonderful at 16. But what I love is that you seem like somebody who would be an ideal mentor, and there are musicians everywhere, not, you know, just in the Mid-Atlantic, anywhere. Is that something you really would love to do?
Yeah, absolutely. I really would. I think I have a lot of experience for the past, you know, how many years I've been doing this since I was little, and
Yes.
you know, just not letting anything get in your way. Just, you know, that's what I would go back and tell myself at that age. Like, you can do it. You are your own. You can sound like yourself, like nobody else. Don't worry. Don't try to compare yourself to anyone else. You know, if you have a gift, you know, you should share it with everyone. So I definitely think I have a lot to help with. I would definitely love to mentor someone someday.
Yes. Well, you know, again, as I interview people on Living on Music that are aspiring youngsters, and I could bring up your name often and say, you know,
Awesome.
why don't you, you know, kick off with, you know, and it's funny because, again, people like Sela, your music has got a similarity to it. Ryan Wright, as you know, her music is something very special and different, and and the titles and things in her songs are hilarious. That was a great, but that made me think of you and how you could be part of that. But look, I hope I see you guys again soon out there, because you're so busy with what you're doing. But I want to wish you the very best of luck again, because you're on a roll, my dear. And congratulations on the Whammies again. Watching you run down the aisle and hearing your name with your wonderful husbands going and then following you down the aisle. I love that. That was a thrill.
I was going to give a speech. I was like, oh, I don't remember what I said, but it was incredible.
It was,
So,
and actually we'll show a part of it in the show, and so people can really see that moment. But that was a highlight of the night for me, and I know for you guys. But congratulations again. Good luck with everything,
very
and
much.
keep going strong. And we'll get back on Living on Music again soon.
Have fun at the concert tonight.
I'm having trouble just even breathing. For everybody out there, it's my second Bruce show in a week and my 33rd show, and There is something about his shows, as you know, and it's all the emotion, and it's stuff that you do with your music. It's the emotion that you bring to people when you're playing music that makes people never forget. And I think you are going to be in a timeless place sometime without fail. Your songs already are. But anyway,
Thanks for having me back on. I really appreciate it.
it was my pleasure. We'll see each other soon.
Okay, have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.